Hey, practice community, welcome to this week's Monday message and welcome to the week of February 13th. We're almost halfway through this really quick month here in the early part of 2023, and we're spending this month all about your message. So hanging out in naming and claiming what it is that you propose you do with a lot of gumption and purpose and meaning inside of the work that you support others in as a coach or a service practitioner, however you identify. At its core, a message is a belief statement that you have some certainty around, even though it's a practice, it's not something that you can be perfect at yourself, and it's probably the very thing you need the most as well. My own message added in its current iteration says that when you trust you're worth bringing forth all of who you are, you will be brave enough to make a difference in only the way that you can. And that message is never done. There's so much we can do with that. There's so many ways we can interpret that. But one of my favorite pieces about message work is that it's already inside of you. Your message is already tucked in, probably nice and close to your heart center or your intuition, that part of you that already knows at your core who you are, what you're about, and why you feel called to serve in the ways that you do. And so I want to give a shout out to one of my coaches, Kristen Fritz, who taught me that a message hangs out at the intersection between your gifts and the need in the world as we experience them today, because needs are constantly evolving and changing and revealing themselves to us in new and interesting ways. And so when you think about the need or the needs in the world today that you are the most compelled to speak to pursue, to support, to be involved with in some small or big capacity, and where that intersects with your gifts, your talents, your innate skills, your resources, but also the thing that you want to get great at. You know, a gift is something that maybe you have some natural ability or talent around, but it doesn't mean that we're going to be masterful of it in the beginning. So it's that gift that you want to cultivate or make better. And where that gift hangs out with a need that you feel compelled, this compulsion to serve, those two things are what she calls the intersection. And I believe, and she believes, that at the intersection is where you will find your message already fully established within your life, something that you're already doing on a pretty regular basis, whether you've acknowledged it or noticed it or not. And what I find is that most of us, myself included, for way too long, hung out panically looking for, I don't know if panically is a word, panically. Y'all can see how this works inside my head. But we all hang out in this panicked way, there we go, for our niche. We're all looking for our niche, and it gets us all, look, I can't even say it. It gets me all frazzled inside when I think about that segment of the population that I can somehow competitively meet the needs of, which is part of its definition. But my work is not this tangible solution-oriented product, not in the way that so many niche markets are. And so when I think about who I want to serve, I had to put all of that niche madness creating experience aside and look at the purpose I wanted to fulfill, the impact I hope to have, and then gave that some voice, gave that a statement that I really believe in. It doesn't mean that I do it every day. It doesn't mean that I'm great at it. It just means I believe in it, and I believe it's important, and I do believe that wholeheartedly. You will, by default, end up serving a population or a group of people that have a lot in common. And that can look like a niche. And when that starts to reveal itself, you can certainly speak to that group more specifically or clearly. But in the beginning, you may not have that information. So don't panic. Panically, don't panic if you don't know what that is or how to find it. Come hang out in this world of message. So if this is supportive to you, don't forget this month we have the Brave Lab on February 22nd, all about naming and claiming your message. We do have a sliding scale offer for that if you want to join us. I hope you'll be there with us. It's a 90-minute live class with myself. We also have the Trust Your Worth project. I have the Trust Your Worth project going on right now, where I'm gifting 60 women specifically in service, 60 coaches, a 60-minute conversation with me. All of February's did get filled, but I do have spots left in March. So if you want to come hang out with me for an hour, it would be my honor to gift you an hour of coaching and spend some time on trusting not only your message, but the you behind your message, the part of us that sometimes doesn't always feel like we're enough or worth that very message that seems to be pouring out of our hearts. So if that calls to you, all the links and information are below. All right, y'all. Happy February 13th. Enjoy your time here this week in the community and in your practice in all the ways and spaces that it takes you. All right, y'all. Take care. See you next week. Bye.